Hello everyone, this is Yamaila.
And Quarantine. Today we're back with a new episode of 4 Urban Explorations Gone Wrong.
On the agenda, lots of stories that happened in many different countries, and that's what's great about this episode. We're going to tell you how we got arrested after spending 24 hours in an abandoned asylum.
Then after that, we'll tell you about an exploration we tried to do in a hotel in Spain that didn't go at all as planned.
Then we'll tell you about our famous arrest by the police in the Fukushima exclusion zones.
And for the last story, something really unlikely. We almost got attacked by a bear during an urban exploration.
And all of that is episode 6 of 4 Urbex Gone Wrong. For this first story, we had to spend 24 hours in an abandoned asylum to make an amazing video for you. And by the way, the video will be released next January.
To give you a bit of context, we went to Italy to make this famous video where we really wanted to sleep in a psychiatric asylum. And we really chose a place where the atmosphere was terrifying, where some really creepy things happened back in the day, like treatments that were considered inhumane for the patients.
So we're going to explore the place at night, discover a lot of buildings. We'll even go into the basements where we'll make some very surprising discoveries. And to this day, we still don't know if that was normal.
There. And what made us hesitate to sleep in this place was that it was being watched and we saw several security cars. Plus, there's still one of the buildings that's in use, and so it has lots of alarms and security cameras all night long.
So we're going to be very careful on site with our movements, not making any noise, and always staying alert, and everything will go well until the next morning.
The next morning, despite the odds, we survived the night and decided to leave. Before going, we wanted some drone shots, so we filmed in front of the asylum. That's when things began to go wrong.
We had noticed that a van had come out from inside the psychiatric asylum a few minutes earlier. And what happened next, we were not prepared for at all.
Indeed, just a few minutes after that van left, we were very surprised to see a police car arrive and park right in front of us, and the officers got out very quickly.
This is not public.
They began questioning us, took our IDs and tried to understand why we were there, explaining they were searching for people who might be inside the mental asylum.
They told us several times it's strictly forbidden to be inside and that being caught could have serious consequences.
And we told them that we didn't go inside the mental asylum at all. In fact, we played dumb and said we had just flown our drone.
We keep flying the drone and agreed to land it. So we're starting to land our drone while the police are still reminding us of the law and telling us that it's clearly forbidden to fly the drone in this area and to enter the site.
And after long minutes of debating, they were very understanding and let us go so we could have more adventures in Italy.
But it's true that at the time we thought that during those 24 hours when we spent the night, everything had gone well. And we didn't suspect that it would be when we were making our drone shots outside that the police would stop us. And before we continue the video, don't hesitate to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. It would make us really happy, and you should know that it directly supports the channel. So thank you to everyone who takes a few seconds to hit the like button and leave a comment.
For the second story, we're heading to Spain to a luxurious hotel that has only been abandoned for a few years.
In the first few minutes, we notice a security vehicle parked by a small guard booth. We realize we need to be careful and decide to go around the building to find an entrance away from the car.
We managed to sneak onto the property by climbing over a small gate, and from there, it turns into a game of cat and mouse. We're going to try to find a way to get into the hotel, and it's really not going to be that easy.
He's right over there.
It's going to be more of a hassle to get out through the door.
All the windows are blocked, all the doors are closed. We decide to get to a higher vantage point to see if there are any doors that might be open or any windows that might have been forgotten and left unblocked.
In any case, it wasn't the kind of window that could be opened. At one point, right in front of us, we spot a window we can slip through. It's barricaded on the other side, but we might squeeze in. It seems too good to be true. When we try to get through, it obviously makes a lot of noise, and actually this fake entrance looks much more like a trap than anything else, meant to alert someone inside and make sure they hear all these noises. The trap will work well because we'll see a figure appear inside the hotel.
Wait, I'm telling you, it helps me with something. No, we'll duck down. There's security there. We're not going to address them. Look, the door is blocked with a desk. Here, you go. Here, wait. You take it. Go into a bush.
We immediately ran but couldn't go back through the door we entered because the guard was coming from that side and we'd be trapped. We try going around the building from the other side, but we'll be found and trapped with no way out.
We hide there. He has a way to escape.
So we hide in a bush in one of the corners of the abandoned hotel, and from there we'll wait and see if there's any movement.
Damn, I'm still down. I don't know if it's a deer. In any case, they heard us running away. What time? I saw him in front inside. That's true. I think there's some routine. I'm alone right now. He saw you, so I don't know. He saw you, it's you. No, he's gonna make a headline. Same thing, it's full of rooms with mirrors that are leaving. Well, mirrors and filters. So I don't know if he saw me, but I think honestly it wasn't there by chance. He won't find me here. Yes, he saw me and will come out. Let's find the hotel. If we mess up, he'll stop. I'm a bit scared. I was so tense about the trap. It's true that entrance is a trap, actually. There must be something that triggers a noise or something like that. Do you want me to ask you to stand there? And now, he must be looking for us everywhere.
At that moment, we were extremely stressed because we could see the security guard's footsteps starting to approach in the distance. There wasn't just one anymore, there were 3 of them. We were so stressed that when we began recording, we took a photo instead of a video.
So there's no footage of what happened right after, but we'll describe it to you. We saw 3 police officers arrive and escort us out.
Because you should know that at that moment, we were really on the ground, under a tree, in a bush. We thought we were invisible, but they found us right away. I don't know how.
They were angry, thinking we might be burglars or troublemakers, and were almost as stressed as we were, expecting trouble. The atmosphere was tense and heavy.
Of course, we tried to stay as calm as possible. We told them we were just there to take pictures. We followed them and they took us straight to their patrol car.
We had to understand that it's forbidden once again to be here. We told them we knew it was forbidden. They asked us why we were doing it. We explained our reasons. And from there, they started taking our IDs and checking our cameras.
They also searched our car, and honestly, we were a bit scared because they didn't seem very friendly.
We felt they were looking for any excuse to take us to the station, but fortunately, they found nothing.
They were probably searching for any tool to break something. If they'd found even a small screwdriver or crowbar in the car, we would have been in trouble.
So they're going to let us go with just a warning. But about 10 minutes later, as we were leaving the place, we noticed they were still parked in front of the abandoned hotel, just in case we came back.
We left because we didn't want to spend the night in police custody. This story also involves the police, and more specifically, the police in Japan, because this story takes place in Fukushima, and more precisely, in the restricted zone.
As many people know, it's a very delicate situation. If the police arrest you in Japan, it can be very risky, and you can end up in jail very quickly, and that's something that really stressed us out at the time.
At that moment, you should know that we were outside the exclusion zone of the nuclear power plant, and we had decided to take our drone and fly it to the plant to get footage for our report. The problem is that the plant is more than 3 kilometers away. We managed to get our drone shots, and we still kept a safety margin. As we brought the drone back, we noticed strong high-altitude winds and realized it might not have enough battery to leave the area.
Drone lost in the red zone.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's going to lose power.
We can tell exactly where it is, yes.
It's right there, right there.
Do you want us to tell him that's correct? He's really in the area where all the buildings are over there, you know.
Look, that's the last piece of the drone. Guide the device to land safely and avoid flying inside since there's something unknown beneath it in the water.
Man, maybe on a bat's back or something. Maybe it's sitting on radioactive waste, actually.
He's got more than 3%, he's dead.
We need to cover 900 meters in the red zone, but can't do it during the day.
And that's exactly what will happen. The drone will make an emergency landing because it couldn't reach us anymore, right in the middle of the radioactive waste in the contaminated areas around Fukushima.
At this point we're panicking, but we have the drone's exact GPS location. But the problem is that it's almost impossible to go there because if we get caught inside, we risk about 20 days in custody, being expelled from the country, and even worse.
The previous day, we had already gotten as close as possible to the nuclear power plant, so we were worried that if arrested, police would find our earlier video footage and things would go badly.
We still hesitated for a long time about doing a quick operation where we would go back to the area, run in, grab our drone and hope not to get caught. But we thought, that's a lot of risk for not much reward. We preferred to go see some people who were right nearby, working inside, and politely ask them if they could go and retrieve our drone for us.
Obviously, we acted like clueless tourists, playing dumb like, oh no, we lost our drone. And it's not going to go very well because the answer will be no.
Not only will the answer be no, but soon after, 3 police cars will arrive quickly, making us realize we're in trouble.
Indeed, the person we had asked to go retrieve our drone had gone to ask their boss, and the boss had probably rushed to call the police to report this situation.
At that moment, we found ourselves stuck between the cars of the people working in this red zone and 3 police cars. And on top of that, there was a real communication barrier, making it impossible to communicate with the police.
On top of that, in the Fukushima area, there is really no crime, it never happens, so the police are really on edge and don't understand at all what we were trying to do.
But he didn't have any maps.
There is a manual for us.
Yes, there is one. That will be enough. Subtitle by Société Radio-Canada.
After lengthy talks, we finally convinced the police we were only filming drone shots.
We were really torn between giving them the exact coordinates of where the drone was because we had 2 options. Either they would take the drone and we'd never see it again, or we'd get the drone back and they'd return it to us. So it was really a 50-50, and we were very stressed and we gave them the famous GPS coordinates. That's WU.
Okay, yes. Can I try doing it? Understood. Micro? Yes. Microphone? Okay. I can do it to you. We don't edit. You can just keep the drone and you can keep it. Okay. I put it back? Yes. I get back. Okay, thank you.
So here, it's incredible. We see them coming back with the drone. They show it to us directly, and then they show us a translation saying they want to see the footage on the drone.
At that point, we said no, but if you want, we can just give you the SD card or even break it in half. We don't need to go through all this. Yes, we'll have to go through that, and they'll review those images that night, no matter what.
The problem is the police don't have anything to read this SD card. So they ask us to go to another hotel and get our computer to read the SD card. We arrive.
So outside our hotel, there are 3 police cars parked in the lot with their lights flashing. It's really a surreal scene.
And it's going to go even further because they're going to personally escort us all the way to our room. And at that point, we're really scared because that's where our FFP3 masks are, our exploration gear, our hard drives with lots of exploration footage, including our intrusion into the red zone. So we're really scared and we only managed to grab our computer and end up at the station.
So they take us to the police station to look at the images on the infamous SD card. It's going to be a strange situation because 20 police officers behind us have no cases to work on and are expecting to see drone footage of the Fukushima nuclear power plant, something they've never seen before.
They are going to be torn between astonishment and annoyance, and it's a pretty strange feeling because some are amazed to see the images of the power plant, while others are very annoyed since it's obviously a restricted area.
Funny enough, you could see how annoyed the police officers were based on their generation. The oldest, probably the captain, was really shocked and very pissed off.
He was the one who was shocked, period.
One younger police officer understood why we filmed with a drone, even though it was illegal. He didn't see it as anything serious, just some tourists being a little foolish.
The atmosphere will slowly calm, with less tension and more hope of getting through this safely, even though he immediately asks us to delete all recordings and any copies. And at that point, even though the atmosphere has calmed down a bit, the captain is still very angry and very formal. He repeats that if these images appear online or if we're seen near the area again, we'll be prosecuted by Japan and we'll never be able to come back to Japan, he tells us. Is that
good for us? No.
It's not good for us?
Obviously, the next day, we went back to the place to shoot the drone footage. Really guys who don't learn their lesson at all. And this time, we made sure to have enough time for the drone to come back to us. We actually did 3 round trips with different batteries to be really safe.
That's all for this story. But anyway, yeah, it was quite an experience. We were really, really scared. And I think it was the time we struggled the most to communicate with people because we really weren't speaking out loud. We were just using Google Translate.
And at least for once we got into a police car where we were separated, by the way. That was pretty scary. We didn't mention it, but we were separated. For the fourth story, we're still in Japan, on the island of Hokkaido, in the north of Japan, where it's very cold and where we're going to explore an abandoned amusement park.
The amusement park sits atop a snowy mountain and looks beautiful. There's still a Ferris wheel, plus a train and carriages. It's an amazing place to explore.
Unfortunately, in this video, we had a microphone problem, so everything that was filmed with our camera has no sound. So these are videos where you can't hear our reactions, unfortunately.
But to tell you the story, you should know that this area is known for having a wild forest with a lot of wildlife, especially bears, wild boars, and so on.
And actually, it's quite common in the area to see signs saying, "Beware of bears." For us, as French guys, seeing signs like that is surreal. Still, we're going to explore the abandoned amusement park in the snowy mountains.
And up until then, the exploration was going really well. We were absolutely amazed by both the scenery and the attractions we were seeing. And we noticed that there was a second part of this amusement park, and we started heading towards it, and that's when we had a very terrifying encounter.
So we found ourselves in a small dinosaur-themed attraction area where there were lots of huge replica dinosaur statues. It was pretty impressive. And just as we were at the start of a small roller coaster for kids, we heard something that was really unusual.
And then we got really scared because right next to us in the undergrowth we saw a big dark mass crushing some small bushes.
And we could actually hear this dark mass from far away. It was making a lot of noise, like wood cracking and so on. And this big dark mass was a bear.
Having seen wild boars in French forests before, the animal we saw that day was nothing like them.
So from that moment on, we were completely panicked. We were kind of frozen. We didn't know what to do. Luckily, we were a bit higher up, which gave us a little confidence. But we were really wondering whether we should continue exploring and whether we should take the risk of going toward those bears, because in fact the rest of the abandoned amusement park was in the direction of the bear.
We stayed on that small elevated area for about 15 minutes without moving to watch for the bear in the distance.
And after not seeing any new signs of life from that bear, we decided to continue exploring despite the risks, telling ourselves that the animal must have been scared and was probably already far away by then.
Fortunately for us, we're going to head toward this second part of the amusement park. We're really going to take a huge detour because we really don't want to be surprised by a bear. And fortunately, we were never attacked by that bear.
Running away would have been hard with all the snow and ice. A bear is in his element and would have eaten us instantly.
To show how panicked we were during those 15 minutes of waiting, we searched the internet for what to do if we encountered a bear. We were genuinely terrified.
And what's the answer then? We don't remember anymore. No, I'm telling you, it said to defend yourself, yes. And we were dying of laughter.
Great.
And when we arrived at the second part of the park, we were really fascinated. We were amazed because all the scenery under the snow was truly magnificent. We even ended up forgetting that just 15 minutes earlier, we were face to face with a bear. But the problems will return quickly.
Since we were at the base of the first attractions, we heard exactly the same noises we had just heard before. So, we immediately climbed up onto this attraction to avoid any confrontation. Alright, here we go. Time to climb. There's nothing reassuring about what we're doing right now. Is it dangerous? Yes. Am I starting to feel a bit dizzy? Yes, that too.
What's that kind of track down there?
I'm scared right now and you're talking about a circuit. The Pyrenees boat over there. I don't care about it. I'm using one hand and I'm scared. The Ferris wheel goes really far. You can see the big gondola clearly from here.
That doesn't look good.
I'm paralyzed with fear right now.
So right now you see no...
It won't come here. There, that's for sure. Ah!
Sure, we have a nice view.
There, yeah, we have a nice view.
I admit we're looking.
Ah, I'm scared. I've got vertigo right now.
We were really uncomfortable because the ride was rusted and unstable. Honestly, we wondered if the bear or climbing up was more dangerous.
It's a blessing in disguise because at the top of this roller coaster, you get an amazing view of the park and all the rides.
We can also try to spot the bear, but this time we can't find it. We briefly heard the bear briefly, but we wouldn't see or hear it again. We'll likely stay up there 5 or 10 minutes, afraid it might charge if we go down to explore the abandoned amusement park.
Afterward, we'll leave the roller coaster to explore the amusement park, still worried the bear might return.
We'll explore many roller coasters, carousels, and make a strange discovery, a place where there were snow sheep.
This exploration was amazing, but night was falling. We didn't want to be in the forest after dark and still had a long walk back to the car. So we left the park after that amazing exploration and that big scare.
That's it for these 4 big stories. We hope you enjoyed them. For us, each time it was quite a scare. We thought we wouldn't make it, but in the end, everything turned out fine. We can always keep exploring.
Thank you all for watching this video until the end. Don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's really important for us, and we'll see you very soon for more videos. For example, next Saturday at 6 p.m. This was Gabriel and Corentin. Bye.